Hi and welcome to my channel in a very different video in honor of my little girl here, Enid. This is Enid. She is a xoloitzcuintle and we are going to learn all about them today. Actually, she is half Xolo because her dad is a Mexican hairless. Her mom was a Pomeranian. But as you can see, there is not a lot of Pomeranian in Enid. She is a straight up little Mexican hairless girl. And her dad's name is Diablo. She was sleeping in the sun, which is her favorite. Yes, it's your favorite pastime. Are you ready for me to tell everyone all about you? About your wonderful history and some amazing things about you? I think she's ready. Anyway, this is going to be a little bit different. I know I usually do makeup and reviews and things like that, but as you know, I'm also a crazy dog person. And I have been obsessed with hairless dogs and hairless breeds in particular for over 20 years. If you have never met a Xolo, you're missing out. They are one of the most amazing breeds I have ever come across in my career. Working with dogs, rescuing as a dog groomer, which we don't need to do a lot of grooming with you, do we? No, we'll talk about that later as well. She is the first one that I've seen. In fact, when we went to the vet clinic for her second round of puppy shots, one of the vet techs ran in and said, "Oh my God, where in the world did you find a tiny Mexican hairless xoloitzcuintle in Northeast Pennsylvania?" And I said, I have connections. So let's get into the mystery and mythology and history of these amazing little creatures. And I hope you learned something. I learned a lot. I knew a lot about them, but there's stuff that I didn't even know that I was like, oh, I didn't know that. And at the end, we're going to tell my favorite story. Enid and I will tell my favorite story. And it actually made me cry when I read it. I will see you at the end of this. We're going to go into kind of a little documentary here. I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you afterwards. Let's start with a breakdown of how you say xoloitzcuintle. Here is a little graphic. Putting it all together, it is xoloitzcuintle, or Xolo for short. I've also seen people say Cholo with more of a CH. I cannot figure out which is more correct, but I see Xolo more than Cholo. That's all I can find. The xoloitzcuintle is a hairless dog from Mesoamerica and is one of the oldest dog breeds in the Americas. Archaeological evidence has been found in the tombs of the Colima, Mayan, Toltec, Zapotec, and Aztec people, dating the breed to over 3,500 years ago. The remains of one dog found at an archaeological site reportedly were dated to about 5,500 years ago. The Xolo was not just a companion animal, but held significant importance in various Mesoamerican cultures. It was often associated with the underworld and acted as a guide for the souls of the deceased in their journey. The xoloitzcuintle, or Xolo for short, has deep connections to the Aztec god Xolotl, linking the breed to the rich cultural and mythological traditions in ancient Mexico. Xolotl is a significant figure in Aztec mythology, identified as the god of lightning, death, and the underworld. He is also the patron of the Mesoamerican ball game, one of the earliest recorded sports. Xolotl is the twin and canine brother of Quetzalcoatl, another famous Aztec god. The two are the sons of the Virgin Chimalma. Xolotl is also the god of twins, diseases, deformities, misfortune, and monsters. He is the dark personification of Venus, the evening star. Xolotl is often depicted as a dog-headed man, which relates directly to the characteristics attributed to the xoloitzcuintle. According to myths, Xolotl was responsible for guiding the souls of the dead to the underworld, known as Mictlan, creating a strong association between him and the breed. The xoloitzcuintle, or Mexican hairless dog, is named after Xolotl. Also, the axolotl. His two spirit animal forms are the xoloitzcuintle dog and the water salamander species known as the axolotl. Atl, ATL, is the ancient Aztec word for water, so axolotl is sometimes translated as water dog. In addition to guiding souls, Xolos were thought to have healing properties, possessing warmth that could alleviate human ailments. This belief contributed to their value in indigenous cultures, where they were often used in rituals and healing practices. The xoloitzcuintle's hairless body made it a good heat conductor, so it was used as a hot water bottle for the sick and elderly. European chroniclers, like Christopher Columbus, noted that the Aztecs would tuck Xolos in blankets at night to keep them warm. The xoloitzcuintle was believed to possess the ability to guide the souls of the deceased to the afterlife. Rituals often involved these dogs being buried alongside their owners or included in funeral ceremonies, signifying their role as protectors during the transition to the afterlife. This association reflects the breed's importance beyond companionship, as they were seen as spiritual guides. The hairless nature of the xoloitzcuintle symbolized purity and spiritual connection. Its unique appearance made it a subject of reverence, further tying it to themes of life, death, and the afterlife. The xolo was often depicted in ancient artifacts, paintings, and pottery, illustrating its esteemed position in Aztec society. The xolo was integral to social and spiritual life in pre-Columbian Mexico. They were highly regarded not only as companions, but also as animals believed to protect their owners from evil spirits and misfortune. The Aztecs, Toltecs, and Maya cherished these dogs for their loyalty and roles in ceremonial practices. The xoloitzcuintle has a notable presence in both art and popular culture, reflecting its historical significance, cultural heritage, and unique characteristics. The xolo was often featured in ancient Mexican art, particularly in pottery, sculptures, and murals. These representations typically showcase their hairless appearance, symbolizing sacredness and spiritual connection. Artifacts from Mesoamerican civilizations such as the Aztec and Maya often depict the xolo in scenes related to death and the afterlife, highlighting their role as guides for souls. Xolos appear in ancient Mesoamerican art, often with pointed ears and wrinkly skin to express their hairlessness. The most frequent depictions are small ceramic vessels known as colima dogs. They are ceramic effigies of the xoloitzcuintle, and these pottery figures are a key part in understanding the importance of domesticated dogs in indigenous cultures. Colima dogs were placed in burial chambers to represent a companion, food source, or guide for the deceased. They were known for their shiny red-orange pottery and often are depicted in a variety of poses. Some have large pot bellies or maize in their mouths. Archaeologists estimate that more than 75% of burials from the pre-classic period, 300 BC to 8300, contain colima dog pottery. Modern artists in Mexico and beyond have created works that feature xoloitzcuintle, embracing its cultural heritage and unique look. This includes paintings, installations, and sculptures that celebrate the dog's storied past and its bond with humans. Diego and Frida. The xoloitzcuintle, Mexican hairless dog, has a fascinating connection with two of Mexico's most celebrated artists, Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera. Their love for this unique breed reflects both their personal lives and broader cultural significance within Mexican society. Frida Kahlo was known for her profound love of animals, and she had several xoloitzcuintle dogs throughout her life. They were not only her companions, but also played a significant role in her emotional and artistic expression. Kahlo often included her dogs in her art and personal photographs, and her diaries. The xoloitzcuintle represented more than just a pet for Kahlo. It symbolized her connection to Mexican heritage, her struggle with pain, and her quest for identity. In various portraits, her xolos can be seen as emblematic of loyalty and companionship amid her tumultuous life. One significant artwork titled The Love Embrace of the Universe, the Earth, Mexico, Myself, Diego, and Señor Xolotl, features Frida with her dog, representing both her relationship with Rivera and her deep connections to her culture. The presence of the xolo in this artwork symbolizes protection, continuity, and the intertwining of life and death, reflecting the dog's historical role as spiritual guide. Xolos and Diego Rivera. Diego Rivera, a prominent muralist and political activist, shared Kahlo's admiration for the xoloitzcuintle. He recognized the breed as a symbol of Mexican culture and heritage. Rivera, along with Kahlo, was instrumental in reviving interest in the breed in a time that it was on the brink of extinction. Rivera's work often included themes of celebration of Mexican life. The xoloitzcuintle appeared in his personal life and public persona, emphasizing the connection to indigenous traditions. He was often photographed with his dogs, exemplifying his commitment to showcasing Mexican identity. His close relationship with xolos is evident in photographs, such as one famous image of him with the xoloitzcuintle at the Blue House in Coyoacan. This visual portrayal reinforces his affection for the breed and its role in his life as a reflection of Mexican culture. Together, Kahlo and Rivera helped to revive the breed's status as a national icon in Mexico. They established breeding kennels to preserve the breed and played a role in promoting its importance in Mexican culture. The dogs are associated with Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead celebration, serving as spiritual guides to the dead, which resonated with the couple's deep ties to Mexican traditions. The xoloitzcuintle serves as a profound symbol of Mexican identity, and through the lives and works of Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera, this breed has been elevated beyond a simple pet to a cultural emblem. Their affection for the xolo reflects a broader appreciation for indigenous heritage, continuity, and companionship, which are central themes in their art and lives.
Film. The Xolo has featured prominently in animated films such as Coco, where Dante appears as a spirit guide to the protagonist's family, embodying the dog's role in Mexican folklore as a protector of souls. The movie emphasizes the importance of family and ancestry, with the Xolo as key symbol of these themes. In the Book of Life, the xoloitzcuintle appears again as a loyal companion to the main characters, showcasing the cultural significance of the breed in familial ties and honoring the dead. Cultural symbolism in popular events. During celebrations such as Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead, xoloitzcuintle dogs are often included in altars, ofrendas, honoring deceased loved ones. They are seen as protectors in the spiritual journey, further embedding their importance in cultural practices. Overall, xoloitzcuintle serves as a bridge between ancient traditions and contemporary culture, highlighted in artistic representations and popular media. Its legacy as a spiritual guide and beloved companion continues to resonate in modern storytelling and celebrations. Physical characteristics. Hairlessness. The Xolo is known for its hairless coat, which can range from nearly completely hairless to having a few patches of hair. The breed comes in 3 sizes: toy, miniature, and standard. There are also coated Xolos. Coated Xolos have a short, flat, thin coat of fur that covers their entire body. Their coats are usually darker in color, such as black or brown. Coated and hairless Xolos can be born in the same litter. Hairlessness is a dominant trait, so a dog will be hairless if it has just 1 copy of the hairless gene. However, if a puppy inherits 2 copies of the hairless gene, it will die in utero, sadly. But they're known as the Mexican hairless dog. Skin and color. Their skin is exposed, often with a variety of colors, including black, gray, red, and bronze. The lack of hair can sometimes lead to skin issues, necessitating care and protection from sunburn. Many Xolos have a loyal and loving temperament, often described as being very affectionate towards their owners. They are also known for their intelligence and adaptability, making them excellent companions. The breed gained formal recognition from organizations such as the AKC, American Kennel Club, in 2011, leading to an increase in popularity outside of Mexico. The xoloitzcuintle serves as a profound symbol of Mexican heritage, representing the intersections of mythology, culture, and history. Its links to Xolotl not only underscore its spiritual significance, but highlight the dog's role within ancient societies, where it was cherished for both its companionship and its mystical attributes. The enduring legacy of the xoloitzcuintle continues to connect modern audiences to the rich tapestry of Mesoamerican history. Following the Spanish conquest, the xoloitzcuintle faced a decline due to changing cultural perceptions and the introduction of European dog breeds. Nevertheless, efforts in the 20th century, particularly by prominent Mexican artists like Diego Rivera and Frida Kahlo, and breed enthusiasts, helped revitalize interest in the breed. Today, the Xolo is recognized as Mexico's national dog and enjoys increasing popularity worldwide.
That concludes the documentary portion of the video. Enid is hiding, and we need to tell her story of the Butterfly Xolo. But we're going to get to that. I will show you a few things that I have in my collection. This little guy. You're going to sit back here. Now, maybe you have a little bit more of an appreciation, like you see all these Day of the Dead dogs and things, but you might not know that much about them. This just came out this year. This is a Pop Icons Dia de los Muertos Xolo. And of course I had to get it because it looks like Enid and it's almost her size as well. So I just got that. This is for today, for tonight actually. This is really cool. This represents air on the ofrenda. So this is, I don't want to be sad in this video, but we lost 2 of our cresteds this year, 2 of my hairless dogs, the only 2 that are left. They left us this year. So I am lighting a candle tonight and putting these up and putting out water and food, and I am doing a little mini ofrenda for Dude and especially for Luna. Today would have been Luna's 10th birthday, and I did not see it coming that I was going to lose her before her 10th birthday. We just lost her on September 7th. So I ordered this candle, and this was from Etsy, and it says, "A pet is never truly forgotten until it is no longer remembered, Lacey Petito." And you can do personalizations with some of the candles on Etsy. I didn't because this is actually for Luna and Dude. I got like a chai cinnamon kind of scent. It smells really nice. So I'm going to be lighting this candle. And I had written to someone and said, he knows who he is. And I said, if you would have told me months ago that I would have been lighting a memorial candle instead of a birthday candle, I would not have believed you. But here we are. You might have seen a picture that was just up a little while ago. And it looked like this. When I was talking about the cultural significance in Day of the Dead. So I did buy one of these. This is a place on Etsy as well. Lolo, Modern Mexican Mercado. Muchas gracias. So this is Modern Mexican Mercado. Website is lolomercadito.com. LOLOMERCADITO.com. They're on everything. They're on TikTok. They're on Instagram. They're on Pinterest. I found them on Etsy. That's where I got this. There's my little dog. I need like a couple more of those. I love this. This says, Hola, this order was sent with love and the most sincere appreciation for your support. We hope you enjoy it. I really like this company a lot. I'll link them below. So it's lolomercadito.com, and they are on all the different socials. They sent me like a whole little booklet and all kinds of things. I've had this guy forever. One of my favorite decorations. Not just a decoration. I pretty much keep this out year round. I think I got this at like Michael's a zillion years ago. I got this in California. Now, I have to tell you, I am not in any way, shape, or form Latino, Latina, Mexican, anywhere in my family. I appreciate the culture, and I talked about this in a past video, how you need to appreciate a culture and not appropriate it. I am so scarily beyond respectful of the culture in Dia de los Muertos. And with that being said, I do want to say, if there's anybody who watched this, I am not an expert at this. I am learning, and I love learning everything about it. I have so much respect for the culture, so much love for so many things in the Mexican culture especially, and I appreciate it so much. And if there is anything I got wrong about the Xoloitzcuintle Mexican hairless dogs, feel free to correct me in the comments. Also, in the box below, there will be a whole list, huge list of sources where I got all the information in this video for all the research. So there will be websites all listed, sources listed. Most of the pictures I found on Wikipedia, I found on Pinterest. They were from all over the place, but all the photos were also from all of those websites that were listed. So I'm trying to credit everyone correctly, doing my best. Oh, hey, my rooster's in here too. Because you hear my roosters? Of course I had to have a Day of the Dead rooster. It's gonna go right back here. Okay, stay by the candle. And this is one of Enid's little costumes. I got her the little jacket and the little sombrero. Enid also has butterfly wings, and she's hiding. She's not coming over here, and I don't know why. And this is something else I really wanted to share with you. I want to do a whole other video on this. Oh my God, it looks like Enid. Hairless Peruvian puppies. I just opened a page, and does that not look exactly like Enid? She is not a PO. Okay, I had said that I've been into the hairless breeds for decades, literally decades, before I met my husband even, because when I went to art school, I went to CCS, Center for Creative Studies in Detroit. Long story short, the Detroit Institute of Arts is right next to it. There's a huge Diego Rivera mural in there. Look up Detroit Institute of Arts, Diego Rivera mural. It's very famous. It's always been very famous in Detroit. So I spent a lot of time at that museum and looking at the artwork and the murals there. When I got into studying art history, I went through a point where, oh my God, I was obsessed with Frida, everything Frida. And this was back in the like 1989 to 1993-ish. And that's when I first learned about Mexican hairless dogs and fell in love with them. So I've wanted one forever. And as an artist and a painter, I understood her connection with a dog. That's the best way I could put it. I did not use this book for the video. It has the modern history of the Xolo in America, the Xolo rides again, the breed standard, Turner, and then it has show catalogs. In a nutshell, foundation stock pedigrees. It's really interesting. There are some great photos in here though. I'll show you a couple, like this. I didn't want to take things out of this book because I'd be like photographing pictures of a book, and that's weird. There's a whole bunch of older drawings though. Things like this I absolutely love. I love studying the history of dogs. Okay, let me get Enid, and we're going to finish up with the story of the Butterfly Xoloitzcuintle. I will be right back. Here's my little butterfly. Butterflies are a symbol in the Day of the Dead. I'm not going to go into that. That's a whole other topic. But Enid does have little butterfly wings, and we're going to tell a story. You want to tell your story? She's so sleepy. She was in the sun again, but we're going to tell your story. You ready? Mama's going to try not to cry. Here we go. I'm going to be reading, so I'll be looking down at my iPad. I'm sorry if I'm not looking right at you. Look at Enid, she's very cute. The story of the Butterfly Xolo. And this is from a website, so I cannot take credit from this. I will put the link below, but this is from a website I found, and they told the story. And I believe it was a xoloitzcuintle breeder. I'm pretty sure that posted this in one of their blogs or something. So this is not my story. I found this online and I just thought it was so cool. I wanted to share it. Long regarded as guardians and protectors, the indigenous people believed that the Xolo would safeguard the home from evil spirits as well as intruders. I think the intruders would take her and run. In ancient times, the Xolos were often sacrificed and then buried with their owners to act as a guide to the soul on its journey to the underworld. That's kind of sad. There were a lot of animal sacrifices. Let's just not think about that part. The Xolo's job was to guide the soul of his or her master through the 9 levels to reach the Mictlan, or heaven, then help him cross the Chiconahuapan, a river that was the last level before getting to Mictlan. The Xolo had to swim across the river with the soul of the person on their back. So brave. A red dog was preferred because black ones were too dirty, don't listen, and lighter dogs were considered too pure. Nonetheless, the dog would get dirty with the contact from the water, meanwhile crossing the river with the soul of his or her master on the back. Once they arrived in heaven, they met xoloitzcuintle, Lord of the Underworld. xoloitzcuintle always asked the Xolo if they wanted to stay in heaven or return to earth. Mictlan was only reached after 4 years of wandering, accompanied by a dog that had been cremated with the deceased. The first level of Mictlan was called Apanoayan, where one crosses the river. This place was also known as Xoloitzcuintlan, the place of dogs. I want to go to Xoloitzcuintlan. I think she came from Xoloitzcuintlan, that's my story, because of the many dogs that roam near the shore. A dog that recognized its former owner would carry him across the river on its back. In some accounts, the dogs on the shore act differently according to their color. Yellow dogs would carry the soul of the deceased across the river, while white dogs refuse because they have just washed themselves, and black dogs refuse because they either have just swum the river or they're dirty in order to return to earth. You're dirty so that you could come back to earth to me. That's our story, we're sticking to it. However, they had to cross the river one more time. In order to reincarnate on Earth, they had to cross the river again. Instead of soil, the dogs, like the first time, they got cleansed. They would return with white marks on their legs, chest, tails, and sometimes face because that's where the water splashed them the most. Back on Earth, everybody knew that a xoloitzcuintle, I'm going to cry, with these birthmarks had returned to Earth from the underworld. Every time you see a butterfly xoloitzcuintle, you now know the story behind these marks and their symbolism. Mom, I'm bored of this story. Thank you for coming back to me. So, she's got the marks. She's got this. She's got little white on her toes, little white on these toes, and it's hard to see, but she's got a little white splash right under her chin. So it's like if she would have gone in the water. So my husband likes to joke, she stuck this one white toe in the water and went, absolutely not. So this is my little butterfly Xolo. Watching the birds, watching those birdies. And as I said, I lost 2 of my dogs this year, and she was allegedly, I say allegedly, from an oops litter, and my friend Philip said, you know, I don't think it was an accident. I think that litter was meant to happen because she was coming back to you. And yeah, losing 2 dogs in a year is tough. And she came along before I lost the second one. And if I hadn't had Enid when I lost the second one, I don't know how I would have made it through. So she is definitely my guardian and my protector. And she is my little butterfly for sure. She's so special. She's just magical. Philip messaged me and said she is absolutely magical. I can't explain it. And once I met her and saw her, I knew he was right and that she was meant to be with me. So I hope you find someone like that for you. I hope you find that kind of love. I wish for that kind of peace and love for everyone in the world. And I'm sending a special shout out and love to Peter Mon and Alex because they lost their little dog, Boo Radley. Peter is another YouTuber that I watch, and they lost Boo just days ago. And he's having a really rough time. Obviously, Boo was their last dog. They had 3 dogs. They lost the first 2, and Boo was their last one, and now their home is completely silent. So he's not ready for a dog yet. I wasn't looking for anyone. When I lost Dude in January, I said I am not looking for anyone. And I said, but I am going to wait, and I'm going to let the right one find me. And she swam back across the river through the underworld and found her way back to me to guide me through this life. So I am sending out lots of love and healing and thoughts and prayers, and I will be also lighting this candle and thinking of Mr. Boo Radley while I have the candle lit, and praying for peace and healing for Peter and Alex. And I absolutely believe that you don't have to look for a dog. The right one will come back to you and they will find you. This one sure did for me. And I wasn't looking. I was not looking. She found me. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. This was totally different for me, but it was really fun. I hope you liked it. She means so much to me that's why I wanted to share this. And, well, Butterfly, it's time for us to go. Remember those you lost, and keep your eyes open for signs and messages from across the river. And you never know, somebody might swim their way back to you. I love you. I love you, Butterfly. Boop. We love you guys. See you in the next one. Bye.